The moment you walked in the room, they felt it. The shift, the tension, the fire in your presence that unsettles their spirit. They don't understand you, but they watch you. And behind those smiles is envy, deep, silent, burning envy. Not because of something you did, but simply because of who you are. They don't know the nights you cried. They don't see the battles you fought silently, but the way you carry yourself, the glow that never fades. That's what disturbs them. You carry a divine favor they can't explain, a light they didn't expect. You're not like them. You never were, and they sense it. The truth is, you were marked long ago. Before you were even aware of your calling, the spiritual world already knew. That's why people started treating you differently. Teachers noticed it. Family noticed it. Even strangers could feel something around you. Some people admired it, but others, they couldn't handle it. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people are not watching you to support you. They're watching to study you, to find a flaw, to figure out why someone like you, quiet, humble, often misunderstood, has something they don't. They're looking for the source of your glow, hoping they can steal it, or at least dim it. But they can't, because this light, it came from pain, from being broken and rebuilt, from surviving storms that were meant to destroy you. You walk with quiet strength, and that intimidates people more than loud power ever could. You don't have to prove anything. Your presence proves everything. You've probably noticed this. You walk into a room, and conversations stop. Eyes shift. People get awkward, and no one says it out loud, but you feel the weight. That's spiritual pressure. That's your aura introducing itself before you speak. It's not arrogance, it's alignment. And not everyone is comfortable around alignment. Some people envy the peace you have. They think you have it easy, but they never saw the inner war you had to fight just to stand still. They don't know what it cost you to be this calm. You sacrificed, you outgrew, you let go of people you loved. And still, you rise. They envy your strength, but they didn't see your weakness. They envy your favor, but they didn't see the rejection. They envy your blessings, but they didn't see the wilderness that came before. What they're really envying is your grace. And grace cannot be earned. It's given. Let's get real. Some people secretly wish you would fail, not because you're evil, but because your success reminds them of their own laziness. Your consistency, your vision, your discipline. It exposes their excuses. You didn't wait for anyone to believe in you. You moved in silence with God, and now your results speak loud. But here's where it gets deeper. The envy you feel around you isn't just emotional, it's spiritual. There are spirits in people that get agitated by your presence. Darkness gets nervous when light shows up. You represent clarity in a world that thrives on confusion. That's why you make some people uncomfortable without even trying. They don't know how to label you. You don't fit in any box. You're not here to compete, but you keep winning. You're not trying to outshine anyone, but you shine anyway. And that's the part that drives them crazy. You are naturally chosen. People will start arguments with you just to make you feel small. They'll ignore your success, but celebrate others. They'll pretend not to see your progress. Why? Because acknowledging your glow would force them to confront the dimness in their own lives. And most people are not ready to do that. You ever notice how some people copy everything you do? Your words, your style, even your spiritual journey. That's envy disguised as admiration. But don't get bitter. It's confirmation that you carry something worth watching. The chosen are always studied because they hold answers others can't access. But this is what they don't realize. You didn't ask to be chosen. You were called. You didn't chase this glow. It chased you. And that's why you're protected. That's why no matter how many try to copy you, they can't become you. Because this isn't just talent. It's divine. Sometimes your success is the revenge. Not loud revenge. Not petty revenge. But silent, consistent, undeniable growth. The kind that forces your enemies to become your audience. They may never clap for you, but they will watch every step you take. And guess what? That's part of the plan. Because when God raises someone up, He raises them in front of those who tried to bury them. You are the proof that rejection is redirection. That pain has a purpose, that the ones overlooked will become the ones overbooked, and every eye watching you is being forced to witness your rise. But it's lonely, isn't it? Being chosen feels heavy. You can't explain what you feel. You can't share your visions with just anyone, because not everyone has the capacity to see what you see. That's why the chosen one often walks alone, not because they're antisocial, but because they're on assignment. You weren't made to blend in. You were crafted to stand out. And with that comes isolation, misjudgment, and yes, envy. But don't let it shake you. That's how you know you're getting closer to your purpose, because the brighter your light gets, the louder the opposition becomes. But you weren't built to break. You were built to lead. And every person watching you, whether in support or in secret hate, is watching prophecy unfold. You are a walking reminder that God still chooses people to do extraordinary things through ordinary beginnings. So if you've been feeling the pressure, the tension, the weird glances and silent stares, don't shrink. Expand. You were never meant to dim your light for those who refuse to shine. Let them watch. Let them whisper. Let them envy. Because none of it can stop what's coming. You've been through too much to turn back now. And the reason everyone is watching you is because you're stepping into the moment God designed specifically for you. They don't hate you. They hate that it's you. They hate that out of all people, you're the one who made it. But don't get bitter. Get focused. Because your next level isn't about proving them wrong. It's about proving God right. You're not here to compete. You're here to complete a divine assignment. And the more they watch, the more they'll see that nothing they do can stop what's been promised over your life. So let them watch. Let them sit in silent confusion while God elevates you without a platform, without their approval, without their help. Let them talk behind closed doors. Let them gather in circles, whisper your name with jealousy they can't admit, because every word they speak, every thought they send, only fuels your rise. They watched you when you had nothing, when you were broken, bruised, misunderstood, and mocked. They watched when you stayed silent during the storm, when you kept showing up while bleeding internally. They watched when you didn't quit, even when everything around you told you to give up. And now that you're rising, now that the favor is starting to show publicly, they're watching again, but this time with envy. And here's the truth. Some people don't envy your things. They envy your resilience. They envy how you keep getting up. They envy how nothing sticks to you. You shake off shame, betrayal, failure, and come back stronger. That's what confuses them. It's not what you have. It's who you are. They tried to break you with gossip. They tried to isolate you. Some even tried to mimic you, thinking they could copy the formula. But they didn't realize you were never following a formula. You were following faith. That's what separates you. Your path was never man-made. It was God-designed. You've probably been through a season recently where the people you loved most started distancing themselves. Suddenly, you were too different, too serious, too spiritual. They said you changed. And you did. You had to. Because the level you're headed to doesn't allow dead weight. Your globe demanded separation. And yes, it hurts. It hurts when the people you once celebrated with now compete with you in secret. It hurts when they clap with one hand and criticize you with the other. But understand this. Their envy isn't your problem. Their bitterness isn't your burden. You were chosen to elevate, not entertain. This is your era of becoming. And the spotlight on you, it's not there by accident. It's divine strategy. You're being seen now because the next part of your assignment requires visibility. You're not hiding anymore. You're not shrinking to make others comfortable. You were born to be seen. Some of those watching you now will pretend not to notice your blessings. They'll act as if what you're doing is small, but deep down, they feel it. That tightening in their chest every time your name is mentioned. That irritation when someone else praises you. That's not coincidence. That's conviction. Don't waste time trying to explain your journey to people who were never meant to walk with you. Some people were only sent to observe, not support. They were never supposed to understand your calling. Stop shrinking for people who refuse to grow. Stop explaining what God made evident. You've entered a new season, and the rules have changed. You can't take everyone with you. Not everyone deserves access. You've outgrown their gossip, their envy, their emotional immaturity. You don't need to fight to prove your worth. Your results are doing that for you. And the more you rise, the more obvious the envy becomes. They won't say it to your face. No. They'll make sly comments. They'll downplay your success. They'll act unimpressed. But behind closed doors, they watch your every move. They study your posts. They mimic your style. You are their silent obsession.